Good morning. My name is Jackie Gomez. I'm the Executive Director of the Hispanic American Construction Industry Association, also known as HACIA. HACIA is a construction advocacy and membership organization for over 40 years working to ensure the fair and equitable representation of diversity in the construction industry. The reason why we're here today is to share our position with House Bill 5412 as currently written. And who is here with me? I'd like to share some of the organizations represented and also in opposition to this bill. I have the National Federation of Independent Businesses, the Chicago and Downstate Illinois Roofing Contractors Association, the Black Contractors Owners and Executives, Federation of Women Contractors, Illinois Chamber of Commerce, and the Chicago Associated General Contractors and Illinois Chamber of Commerce are just some that are in opposition of this bill. We are a coalition to protect diversity in construction. And I have to say, House Bill 5412 does nothing to actually protect what it says it's going to do. It does not offer any solution for wage theft. In fact, it hurts small businesses, minority businesses, and women-owned businesses in the state of Illinois. It totally contradicts the state's intention to diversify inclusion, equity in the construction industry. This is a bad business bill, is the way we see this. It creates barriers for entry for new businesses, and the reason I want to get into a little bit of why this creates barriers. You see, this bill also shifts the liability of the responsibility to the prime. So the subs are actually encouraged to go off and be rogue if they want to. So if they don't pay their workers, they're not the ones on the hook for it, it's the prime. And so what that is going to naturally do is increase the cost to small businesses if they want to work with them. It's all about risk mitigation at this point for the prime contractors. They're going to require wealth-based bonds. So if you think about your wage and welfare bonds, that's an additional cost and burden to our small minority and women-owned businesses that just cannot be afforded to them. They already have enough roadblocks to deal with, and to add an additional one is just not right. That's a high level of the reason why we oppose this bill, and we urge a no vote on this bill. We're happy to talk about a solution, but this bill is just not the solution for what it says it's supposed to do. Thank you very much. I recognize we have the senator if he wants to. Oh, I apologize. I don't know. I saw you walk this way. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm Jason Plummer. I represent the State Senate District 54, and I just want to thank the folks that came today to talk on this bill. Oftentimes in the Senate, I talk about things that I think are important in Illinois. Jobs, the opportunity to start business, the opportunity for prosperity, for people to be able to provide for their families, and to look out for the little guy. And this bill stands against all of those things. This bill targets the little guy. This bill targets small business. This bill makes it more difficult for small businesses to grow and succeed in Illinois. This bill really is a barrier to job markets. It's a barrier to entry for folks that want to start businesses. And right now in Illinois, if you look at what we see in Indiana, if you look at what we see in Iowa, Wisconsin, Missouri, Kentucky, the states that surround us, lower unemployment rates, right? Higher wage growth, higher job creation, higher business formations per capita. Illinois lags all of our neighbors. We lag most of the states in these important categories that look out for the little guy. They help our communities grow. They help our families grow. They help our businesses grow. They help people put their families in a position to succeed. We need to stand up for small contractors. We need to stand up for small businesses. But most importantly, we have to have an economic environment that provides an opportunity for everybody. Anybody that thinks that they want to start a business, anybody that thinks that they want to show up and do the right thing and work hard and provide for their families, they have to have that opportunity. This bill stands in the way of that opportunity, and I encourage folks to pay attention to this bill, because this bill here to me is a perfect example. Do you stand up for the little guy and do you look out for the worker, or are you just here for the big guy? And we need to stand up for the little guy. We need to make sure that all families and all small businesses in Illinois have an opportunity to succeed. So I proudly stand with this group of folks in opposition to this bill. I hope that the sponsors and the supporters of the bill are willing to listen to them and some of the important amendments that they proposed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Jeanette Torres, and I'm the president of DCH Construction and Hauling. We are a certified minority-owned business, and I'm going to be honest, I had a whole script, but I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to speak how it is. I started my business when I was 22 years old. I was a college student. I was a single mom, but I had one dream. And it's just very disappointing on this Bill 5412 that even in a Zoom meeting that we were trying to speak to the House and, trying to tell them our concerns and say, hey, this is something that would be really detrimental to small businesses like myself. A legislator even went on and said, if you don't have money, you shouldn't be in business. That, honestly, kind of was a slap in the face. And I was just like, you know what? No, I might have not had money, barely any money, but I had hope. I had hustle. I had everything to become an entrepreneur. And actually, this month will be in my 8th year in business. And I'm here to stand up for the small guy, the small women that are out there just hustling and trying to, make a great business. I've been part of some of the biggest highways, airports, and this will honestly prevent me from growing. And I just want to let our state senators know, there are other legislation that can help really address the wage theft bill, but this is not the way to do it. It will be detrimental to the small minority-owned businesses, and we hope that the state senators, vote no, and anyone in the industry can please contact their state senators and encourage them to vote no. Thank you so much for your time.
An atrocity has been committed. An atrocity not just against Black contractors, Hispanic contractors, but against your parents, my parents. This is nothing new. My name is Dr. Octavia Alzheimer. I stand before you as the Executive Director for BCOE, Black Contractors, Owners, and Executives, and I am totally against, along with the organization, along with my peers, against Bill 5412. Here's why, guys. Mom and pop businesses are the lifeline of any community. Once you take those opportunities away, you cripple the community. So what are we saying? The lifeline is corporate? The lifeline is the bigger companies? No. So as we're watching, to the senator's point, as we're watching other areas around us build up, Illinois is steadily crumbling. Look at New York, look at California that passed the same law. What's those numbers? We have to look at the data in order to know where we're going. And where we're going is not in a good place, guys. And as we said before, mom and pop businesses, Black women-owned businesses will be put out of business. Is this the message that we're sending when we're saying grow Illinois? No, this is not what we're saying. So as we stand here with you today in solidarity, because we're all here standing in solidarity, I'm standing with my Black members of BCOE, because guess what? We stand on our ancestors' back, the forefront, going forward, and we just won't allow this. And so with that being said, we're asking the senators for you guys to stand with us in solidarity. I know it was passed on the House bill floor. Now it's up to the senators to make the decisions, because guess what? The carpenters, they have the money. The mom and pop businesses, they don't. So it's the little guys against the big guys, and we're asking you to fight the fight and carry the burden with us, because we can't do it by ourselves. So thank you guys for coming out to hear our concerns, and we're hoping, if not for change, but to partner, help us to help our businesses, to help us to grow our organizations, to help us to keep our communities intact. Because if we're not keeping it intact, guys, who are we? What are we saying to our children? Entrepreneurship is gone. What are we saying about the trades? The trades are gone if you're not a union. Right? You're going to squeeze out the little man because you're not a union. So think about this. This is nothing more than squeezing out non-union members. It's a squeeze out. And it's only targeted to Black and brown businesses. This is not towards non-minority businesses. This is directly aimed at Black and brown communities. So again, we're asking for your support, and thank you. Again, Dr. Octavia Alzheimer from BCOE, Black Contractors, Owners, and Executives. Thank you. And now I'm going to turn it over to one of my members, Roxanna Daniel, who is, in fact, a small-owned business.
as they say. Boom. She messed up now. She gave me the mic. So, my name is Roxanna Daniel. I am a co-founder and president of Taj Development Company, Inc. We believe in building partnerships, we believe in building people, and we believe in building community. Let me first start with, they said I only had 3 minutes. How do you put 45 years of construction in 3 minutes? I don't know, but let me try. I was around the first round of women that was accepted at Washburn for the Painters and Decorators Council Union. So getting that out of the way, that means to me and should mean to you that I am not anti-union, but I am anti-squeeze me the life out of me, right? There is a section, there's only one section in this state, because Chicago and Illinois is a union country, that you can come into, open your business, run your business, and not pay the union to be able to function. And that is residential. This bill attacks that ability. This bill says, on top of it, when you flip it over and you look at it, what it says is now we want that area. And not only do we want that area, if you don't want to join us, then we want you to starve. So I work with a group of guys and women that are 1 to 2 person operations. They are subcontractors. I am a general contractor amongst them. I'm trying to retire. My knees hurt, right? So in order for me to retire, because that industry is so well rounded and guys understand, I am not by any means racist, but I am a realist. And even in that industry, white men run it and make the money. If you look at women-owned businesses in construction, white women make the money. I am a MBE, WBE, and an LGBTQ LMNOP business. And being that, I still don't crack the 1+ million revenue stream. You know why? Because of the caliber of people that I use, meaning they're small. They don't have the money. A lot of times we have to figure out how to front them. So we believe in building them, because what is happening in America, I am a baby boomer. So guess what I'm trying to do? Like the rest of my friends, retire. And who's coming up behind us? What are you telling them with this bill? Hey, if you want to grow, then you're going to have to join us. Where is America's spirit that the small business owner builds this country? Main Street America. Is this Main Street America? No, it's not. It says you either play by our rules or you don't eat. These people are trying to feed their families. These people are trying to put their kids through college. These people are trying to buy a car and put gas in their car. They're not trying to be multimillionaires. Some of them aren't even trying to be entrepreneurs. They just want to eat, and they don't want to join the union. So why do they have to be forced? Is this America? What are we doing? The bills and the things that we're doing now is ridiculous. Where is the compassion for the human being? Where's the compassion for the person that just want to feed their family? This bill rips that out. So I hire somebody as a general contractor, and I pay him, and he decides not to pay his workers. He goes and he says, I'm going to sue. The worker goes and says, I'm going to go to the Department of Labor, and I'm going to sue Roxanne. Oh, I've had it happen. I've had it happen. The guy goes off, the subcontractor gets paid, he tells his worker, oh, she didn't pay me. Notorious. She didn't pay me. And they come knock on your door. So-and-so said, Gil said you didn't pay him, and I need my MF money. All right? And you say, yeah, I did pay him. This is my business. I should not have to say to them, here's the check that I paid to them. Right? This bill is saying that doesn't even matter. I paid him, he disappeared, I call him, I can't get him. As a general contractor, I'm responsible for his work. So even if he disappears and the workers don't show up and the job isn't done, guess who still has to finish it? So I still have to pay for that. So you're telling me not only do I have to pay for him disappearing and leaving the work incomplete. I have to pay his workers, their attorneys, fringe benefits, and what are you talking about? Have you lost your ever-loving mind? So instead of trying to break the minority contractor down by instilling and putting in rules and regulations to make it harder, access to capital. This is a joke. Access to capital is a joke, because when you access capital and then you turn around and take it, what was the point? What's the point in giving capital? We're struggling every day. Black and brown people struggle every day, and we fight each other. But now we got to fight each other, fight you and everything else. This bill it's a joke. And any senator that signs off on it, any senator that raises his hand yes to it, is destroying an American dream. I walked into this building is phenomenal. And I looked, and they'll tell you, I'm a technician first, and I'm a business owner second. But I'm a mom, I'm a sister, and I'm a daughter. And based upon that, this bill will destroy everything that my family looks for and hopes for inside of me.
Wow. Thank you, Roxanne. And thank you to my peers and partners in advocacy, HACIA and BCOE. Good morning. And on behalf of my 170 members of the Federation of Women Contractors, a historic and reputable membership organization advocating for women-owned businesses in construction, we oppose House Bill 5412. My name is JameNeeley, Executive Director of FWC. House Bill 5412, as it's written today, totally disrupts the opportunities for our small women minority-owned businesses. This bill, in fact, adds additional burdens, costs, and obstacles to these already disadvantaged firms. Any increase in costs or delay in payment has a catastrophic impact on our financial health of our companies or these companies. While we understand and support the intent of the bill, which is to protect all employees, we do not want to harm the small women and minority-owned businesses in the process. We can't fix one problem while creating another. We also know that small businesses employ over 70% of the workforce in the state of Illinois. When House Bill 5412 takes these contracts away from these small women and minority contracts, you're also taking away the jobs and the economic opportunities for those that you're trying to protect. So we ask that you vote no to protect the employees and the small women and minority-owned businesses. We ask that you vote no and not increase costs, which will result in decreased opportunities for our women and minority-owned contractors. And finally, Senators, we ask that you vote no and do the right thing for all employees and all small women and minority-owned businesses within the state of Illinois. We thank you, and we hope that you do the right thing.
Well, thank you. I'm Jill Tracy. I am in the state Senate, and I represent the 47th Senate District. And I applaud the efforts that they have, from the speakers that you've just heard from, that have come to this Capitol to express their extreme displeasure with this bill, but also to highlight how it impacts their ability to work and provide jobs in their neighborhoods. And everybody deserves to work. And so I'm so glad that it was brought to my attention. Just yesterday, I was advised about the bill, because when bills come from the House to the Senate, sometimes we don't have an opportunity to vet them properly before they get to the Senate floor. So I am so grateful for the information, and I will oppose the bill, and I will encourage all of my colleagues to do so likewise. It's a very important matter, and I just can't thank you enough for traveling and making your voices heard. And I encourage you to visit the offices, and your being here really means a lot, and will go a long way to this effort.